We are going to talk about functions, and we're going to look at some text search. So the section we're on here is like and functions under the data section. So imagine you're writing something where people can like search for stuff, right? Imagine you're writing it so like someone can type a little text string and then it's going to go search your database to find things like that. If someone searched for POTA, you would expect that to show up potatoes, right? I think that's pretty reasonable. So let's write that query. Select star from ingredients where title equals POTA. As you might guess, that doesn't work, right? Why? Well, nothing equals potatoes, right? Like it's actually doing like a full equality check. We need something that's a little bit more fuzzy, right? So the way that we can do that is with something called like. So you can say where title, instead of saying equals, you're going to say like. And then you have to say, where is it like, right? So if you want to search for everything where it's just like it ends in POTA, you would do this. You'd put the % here, and then it would give you anything that ends in POTA. Obviously, that's not anything. So if we put it here, that means that POTA shows up somewhere in the string, right? And there you go. This would also match this, right? Because it does actually start with POTA. And that is what like does. Like basically says like this is going to show up somewhere in here and I'll give you some sort of pattern to match. And again, this won't show up anything because you're not giving it any space. Now there's still a problem with this. If I do capital P, oh, well, like this. This capital is kind of making it mess up because of this, right? It's not matching that P. There's a couple options here of what things you can do. We could do something like so lower is a function that's going to take everything in title and make it lowercase, right? Same thing, you could do upper, and then you just have to make sure that your search string contained uppercase characters, and that would also work as well. That totally works. That's very okay, but there's actually a lot easier way to do that. You can just say ILIKE, which is insensitive like, right? And then you get this, it works just fine. It doesn't matter. We can make this all sorts of weird things. So that's actually what you're going to do. I wanted to show you how to use a built-in function because those end up being pretty important. In fact, we're going to use another one here in just a second. So, all right, we're writing our text box that people can search for stuff. If someone searches for fruit, would you expect cherry to show up? Probably, right? It's very reasonable someone would search for fruit and expect cherry to show up. So how would we do that? The type does not exist in the title, so how do we search across multiple different columns? A bunch of ways to do it, but I'm going to show you one of the most straightforward ways. Select stars from ingredients where, and then we're going to use this concat function, and we're going to do title and type. And then we're going to say ILIKE fruit. And there you go. This will search across all these, and because fruit shows up in the type, these are all showing up despite the fact that they don't show up in the title. And concat is exactly what you expect it to be. It's just taking two strings and shoving them together. Now let me show you why this ends up being a little weird. It literally is just putting strings together, right? So what happens if I search for something like RYFRU? Well, you're going to get all the berries because the RRY and the FRU get pushed together and it's matching that string, right? Now, for the most part, if someone's searching for RRY, FRU, what the hell are they looking for, right? I don't know. You might as well give them something. But that is a little bit strange, so you have to be kind of aware that that's a little bit strange. And I did want to show you that you can use multiple of these together, right? That does work, and then you can do except yeah, we're doing lower, so that's why that doesn't match. But you can do multiple of those functions, and there's a bunch of those built-in functions to Postgres. Most of the things that you expect coming from like JavaScript and stuff like that exist. Like I think like now is one of them where you can actually get like the time it is right now. There's a bunch of them. And that's kind of a fun little trick that you can do with some of these built-in functions. You can select lower, it'll actually give you the results of some of these if you want to try them out. You just do select and then whatever you want to try. Yeah, and so I did leave you a link here in the docs. There's a ton of functions and operators to do here. We are not even going to like scratch the surface on how many of them there are. I think we're going to do coalesce here in a little bit because that one's really useful. But I showed you like now. You can do like regular expressions if you're feeling like you want to go in crazy. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do. Exists, that's another one. There's like arrays and such. But not the point. We're not going to go too much into those today. Just want you to know that they are there. Wanted to show you, so far let's look at I showed you the percentages, which basically means it matches 0 to many things, right? So for example, if I put POTA, on the front side of this is going to match 0 characters, right? On the back side of this is going to match a lot of characters. So it's 0 to many characters. What happens if I want to match exactly 1 character? That's what this underscore does. It matches precisely 1 character. So if there was a churi in here or something like that, it would also match that. But the underscore there will match exactly 1 character. So again, to drive that home, if you want to do like berry, this will match all berries, right? But this wouldn't match any of them because there's no A berry or B berry or something like that, right? So, and then again, using those built-in functions, you can actually get into full regular expressions if you want to, but we're not going to get into that because I do not want to do regular expressions.